oil. And even if you didn't know all of those things, even if you knew all of those things about me that she gave in that list, there's another thing that you might not know about me. Something that you might not have noticed. I am ever so slightly fluffy. And don't get me wrong, I love my fluffy body. I love this body. And I gotta be honest, I come from a long line of people who are fluffy. And sometimes with fluffiness comes side effects to a person's health. Now, I can tell you that some of the people in my family have some of those side effects, but I don't want to talk about that too much because my body is listening. So we're going to skirt on past that and go on to my wellness exam that I had recently that said that I am just right in the middle of good in all of my health things, you know, the little tests that they do. So I was meditating on why is it that I have these health benefits, right? Why is it that I can get past those possible side effects and not have any of them? So I wanted to share that with you, not because I want to say, I'm healthy and you're not, no. because I want to share this with you so that you can reap these health benefits as well, hopefully. And last week I got a little big for my britches and I bragged and said that anybody who showed up to this talk today would have health benefits. And so we're going to see if we can get that to happen. Okay, y'all ready for a journey with that? Yeah. Okay. So the number one reason that I think that I have all this wonderful health is because I'm happy 90% of the time and I laugh a lot. Now, there are lots of health benefits to laughter. I want to focus on the physical, it boosts immunity and lowers stress hormones, it decreases pain, relaxes your muscles, and prevents heart disease. I've also been told it actually massages your organs to laugh. Isn't that fun? So, if you already laughed, I'm already well on my way to increasing your health, right? I also find that this joy that I have, it comes out in song. So I've written a song, and I wanted to be able to share this happiness and this bliss with you. So I'm going to share one of my original songs with you. If you know this song, you're welcome to sing along. And I want you to know that Annette got me started on this path of writing music, so I give lots of credit to this lovely woman here who's my mentor and teacher. Hit it, Pam! In the morning light, I get so giddy when the grass grows at me, and the poultry send me love notes floating on their heart-shaped wings. And people gather around me, so I embrace them with my heart. Of our oneness I am certain, and from God we're not apart. Bliss is my baseline, happiness is my birthright. And yes, I'm feeling so fine, because my life is filled with light. I've made a decision, I've let to live my life in joy. Looking back into my vision, my peace it cannot be destroyed. Hanging with my friends, I get so giddy, they say funny things to me. To everyone I meet, I sing this ditty, let them know that they are free. And people tell me I am special, cause I see the world this way. But anyone can choose to live in joy at any moment, any day. Bliss, it is my baseline, happiness is my birthright. And yes, I'm feeling so fine, yes, my life is filled with light. I made I do happiness coaching. I don't think that I should have all the joy for me. I'm going to share my joy with the world. And hopefully I've shared some of that with you. So we're on to number 2, the second reason why I have all this wonderful health. And that is because I am a Reiki master. And I've been practicing Reiki for about 15 years. And the more I practice Reiki, the more that I realize that I get all these intuitions when I am sending energy to people. And the more I realize that every physical symptom going on in a person's body has an emotional knot in their emotional body. And so this one guy that I was working with, his roommate came home, and his roommate was talking about having a session with me, and he goes, dude, she'll read your mind. I don't really read people's minds, so I just get knowings. But my knowing is, and what I'm becoming firmer and firmer in my conviction is, that everything has an emotional underpinning. And so I've become kind of a personal growth junkie. If something triggers me, if something comes up for me, I want to explore it and figure out what's going on with it so that trigger can be removed and it doesn't have to trigger me anymore. And so that is part of why I'm so healthy. And also I have lots of energy flowing through me, and the Reiki energy, even though it's not from me, it comes through me, it assumes that the person that's receiving energy from me and I both are asking for a healing. So every time I share Reiki with somebody, I get the benefits of it. How many people have received Reiki from me before? Yeah, cool, awesome. So you guys have all helped me in being healthy. Thank you very much. So it's like, how can I share this wonderful experience with everybody? And I thought, okay, I think I can split myself into this many people, and everybody's going to get Reiki. Okay, you ready? All right. So oh, cool. I know. If I pass out up here, somebody pick me up, please. So I'm going to ask everybody to close your eyes and take a deep breath. And if you want to receive energy, I want you to put your hands up, palms up on your lap. Sorry, on your lap. If you're interested in receiving energy from me today, then you can put your palms down and nobody has to know. It's just the energy will know. So right now I'm going to do this simple. I want you to just start noticing. We're starting at the top of your head. You might notice tingling or pressure or heat. And you might not notice anything, and that does not mean it's not happening. It just means that maybe high energy is your normal. And I want you to feel that energy, just let it come in the top of your head. And fill you up from the tips of your toes to the top of your head with the white light of God. And take one more deep breath, and at the end of your out breath, you can open your eyes. And I didn't pass out, and I'm a little lightheaded now. And so I'm calling that an energetic booster shot. And I believe that between the laughter and the joy and that energetic booster shot, we're well on our way to increasing your health. So, number 3, I love to meditate. I really, really enjoy meditating. I use a meditation app, and with that meditation app, it's called Insight Timer. Download it, it's really cool. It's Insight Timer. So with that app, it keeps up with your stats, and I can tell you I've meditated over 1,500 hours using that app. And, you know, like Annette's song was saying, when the trees, the fall leaves, show their true colors, that is what happens when we go within. Like our body starts to thrive. And the physical benefits are reducing pain and enhancing the immune system, increasing blood flow and slowing the heart rate, helping reverse heart disease, and increasing your energy in your body. I also read on the internet that it makes you younger and it can help you lose weight. So there's lots of good benefits to meditating. Another benefit that I have gained is from going to silent retreats with my wonderful teacher, Catherine. How many people love Catherine? Yeah. She's such a great teacher. And at these silent retreats, she has us do lots of things that increase our mindfulness, increase that inner observer that's watching what we're thinking and watching what we're doing. And so she has us do this thing called scanning. When you do scanning, you are sitting or laying down, and you start at the top of your head, and you just notice. If you have an itch, you don't scratch it. If you have pain, you don't adjust. You just notice what your body feels and give your body love. Really painstakingly, slowly, you go down on your body and then back up your body and notice what you're noticing. Now, when I first started this practice with Catherine, I swore I was allergic to scanning. It made me itch. Really bad. I was really itchy. And so we get to write in journals, even though we don't get to talk at these silent retreats. And so I wrote a little poem in my journal I wanted to share with you guys. I do not like to scan and scan. I do not like it, Catherine. Would you like it in a bed or with your feet above your head? My feet above my head, you said. Perhaps I'll try that instead. Okay, it's a short poem, but you get the point. I get a little bit creative at these retreats. So as I'm sitting here scanning my body and really noticing what I'm noticing, I noticed that my mind has this chatter about food a lot, like more than I would want my mind to be chattering about, like, what am I going to eat for lunch, and should I eat something with sugar or should I not? And so I'm talking about like this addiction to sugar in my mind all day, and so we can write note cards of things to Catherine to ask her to give us answers as our wonderful teacher. And so I wrote something about my sugar addiction on the note card. And Catherine said one of the most profound things I have ever been told. It's really cool. Y'all ready? She said that the voice of her body has become louder for her than the voice of her brain. And that she can hear her body saying, "Don't eat the cookie!" At the same time, her brain is showing her an image of her reaching for the cookie and showing her how delicious that cookie is. Isn't that interesting? We have all these competing voices inside of us. We have, like Richard was talking about earlier, we have our heart mind, we have our brain, and then our body is talking to us. We have all these voices going on. And so I am very fond of saying, because sugar inflames my body and brings pain into my body, that if I see a cookie walking down the street, I'm going to turn around and walk the other way because that cookie's going to kick my butt, right? But then I get to the office, right? And that's where the cake pushers and the cookie dealers are, because sugar's and I'm sitting here in my office with this chatter going back and forth, right? And so I one day ended up getting up and going to get me a piece of cake, a birthday cake, because I don't want to hurt the birthday person's feelings, right? So I'm leaving the break room, and in comes this very funny young secretary that works at my office. And I said, "I'm kind of off the sugar wagon." And she says, "Bonnie, you fell off the wagon, rolled down the hill, and you're laying in a ditch." And the wagon's saying, "Come on, let's go." And we're like, "No, go on without me. I'm going to sit here in the ditch with my cake." She's really funny. I like Christy. She was also at the snack bar, and she picked up a little dead cake and sniffed it and said, "That smells like disease and sadness." And put it back down. I was like, "I wouldn't think of little dead cakes as disease and sadness." Right? I love her. She's awesome. So we are going to meditate. I'm not going to do that right at this moment. We are going to have a meditation at the end, and that will add to your health benefits from this talk. But now, we're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 is that about 5 years ago, I did a meditation that changed my DNA so that I no longer contracted illness. Now, there have been a couple of times when I started to feel like I was going to get sick, but my body knocked it out. I have a really, really good immune system. And what triggered it was this meditation that I did. I had read an article that said that there were children that had been born from mothers who were HIV positive, and that these children had been born without the HIV virus. And not only were they immune to the HIV virus, but they were also immune to a plethora of other diseases like colds and flu and that type of thing. And this article further posited that if I went into meditation and talked to my higher self, which is that part of us that is the all-knowing part of us, that my higher self knew how to change my DNA to match that of the children of AIDS, is what they had labeled those children. So I did that meditation, and voila, no more illness. So now we're getting into the science of all this stuff, right? So I actually Googled the science behind the mind-body connection. And I got right there on the top line everything that I needed to know. There were 111 million hits. And I think 111 is a significant number, but 111 million is even more significant. So I almost forgot that I needed this little quote card over here. So one of the things that I saw online, I thought was a really cool quote from Deepak Chopra I'm going to share with you guys today. He says, every significant vital sign, body temperature, heart rate, oxygen consumption, hormone level, brain activity, and so on, alters the moment you decide to do anything. Decisions are signals telling your body, mind, and environment to move in a certain direction. So we've had that experience, right? We've all had the experience of somebody startles you, and then they really aren't the guy that was from the horror movie you watched last night, right? Or we've had a pleasant memory. You can call up right now a pleasant memory of somebody, and it can give you that warm, fuzzy feeling about that person. So there's lots of cool science behind this. And you know, at the top of the list, when I Googled this, there were places like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard, and those guys are supposed to know what they're talking about, right? And there was a really cool CBS interview with a scientist. And there were two experiments I want to tell you about that were so cool that I just had to share them. One of them is, there were these maids that were working in a hotel. And they interviewed these maids and they asked them, do you exercise? And all of them said no. Pretty much all of them said no, that they do not exercise. They took half of those maids and they told them that what they were doing for a living was exercise. They told them that when you make the bed, it's like this exercise machine, and when you scrub the tub, it's like that exercise machine. And they didn't say anything to the other half of the maids. Guess what happened? The maids that had been told that what they were doing was exercise had lowered blood pressure and they lost weight, and they were actually healthier than the ones who hadn't been told that they were exercising. They talked about another experiment where they took 70-year-old men and they took them to a retreat center and they had it all set up like it had been 20 years ago. And they had the men talk about things as if it like use current events from 20 years ago and just pretend for a weekend that they were actually 20 years in the past. These men started to visibly look younger, and they had health benefits like lowering of blood pressure, and they had increased energy. So our brain really has a lot of influence over our body. And why wouldn't it? I mean, what is it that this body is anyway? When you think about it on a molecular level, with the electrons, protons, and neutrons, those things are 99.9% space. So we are all very spacious inside. It really dumbfounds me that we can see each other with as much spaciousness as we have inside each other. It's really interesting. Matter of fact, let's do a solidity check. Teresa, just touch my hand. Am I solid? I'm solid? You're solid. Okay, I'm solid. I thought I was floating away there for a minute. So with all the spaciousness and on a molecular level, we have these strands of DNA. My friend and teacher, Jennifer Huff, talks about how at the ends of our strands of DNA, we have these things called telomeres. And telomeres are sender and receiver antennae for the universe. And if you want to check out more of that, she's at thebodyawakening.com. But so I have combined for your meditation enjoyment today some of the concepts from Jennifer Huff and also the meditation that I did to change my DNA. So, oh, and I also just want to bring one thing to the forefront about why can you change my DNA. You know, since we're talking about science, it could just be the placebo effect. You never know, right? But let's see if we can get you guys to believe and to know that we're going to change your DNA with this meditation, okay? So, everybody close your eyes. Take a deep, deep breath. And just relax into your chair. And put your attention and your focus on the 75 trillion cells in your body. This beautiful, wonderful body that carries you around and lets you see all the beauty and hear all the wondrous things in this world. So give your attention to all 75 trillion of those cells and breathe into those cells. Just take a deep breath into your cells. And in your mind's eye, you can even see as you breathe in, your telomeres lighting up with electrical signals. So the next time you breathe in, I want you to breathe in the messages that the universe has for you. The specific download of information that the universe has that would be for your highest benefit. And the next time you breathe out, I want you to breathe out your essence to the universe. So the universe can dance more fully and freely with you in your life. And also in your mind's eye, I want you to see your higher self, your Christed self, the you that is the all-knowing you. And just ask. The Bible says, ask and it is given. Just ask for this higher self to arrange your DNA in such a way that it matches these children that are walking around on this earth right now that don't contract illness. That your DNA will now prevent you from contracting the illnesses that you come in contact with. They don't have to come inside your body because your immune system is so strong. I want you to thank your higher self for helping you to accomplish this task. And take one more deep breath. And at the end of the out breath, you can open your eyes. Now you see why I'm a meditation job. Probably already knew that I love meditating. I love the feeling. Just getting in that peaceful state. It helps our body so much. And so it is my greatest hope that this talk has been of benefit to each of you, that the laughter and joy that you've experienced has increased your immune system and helped your body to function better. That the energy booster shot that you received is going to fill you up and help you have more energy and vitality in your life and to be healthier. That the meditation that you did is going to give you all of these health benefits that we listed, and that your DNA right in this moment has been changed so that you no longer contract illness. Or maybe it's all in your mind.
Thank you, Bonnie. That was wonderful. I appreciate all that you've shared. Yeah, I read about that with the maids some years ago. And so I'll remind us of that next work day we have here. We'll just call it exercise day. Wiping windows. Right, let's remember that. Tammy, let's get it on the books before they forget about it. Thank you. Excellent. How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm healthy. Yeah, that's our, you have the